Hi everyone, it's Jeanette here, Enthusiastic Gardener, and welcome back to my garden. And my little pond is 1 month old today. So I've had it for 1 month. It's been a source of fun. And have I seen any action in this pond? The answer to that question is no. Apart from mosquito larvae, which I dealt with last week with some treatment from the mosquito company, which worked amazingly well immediately, so I highly recommend that. I'll link it back down below as well. But apart from a brand new water bowl for Lottie, it hasn't seen much action, but they say build it and they will come, so I'm waiting. I'm really pleased to say that although we don't have much in the way of life in the pond, it has remained crystal clear. I think that's all the pond plants, and the little water lettuces now have lots of little pups, so that's very good. It seems like it's doing really well, so that's good news. At the end of my last video I said that I was going to build something to do with the pond. Although this has taken a lot of research, it has taken a lot of gathering up of supplies, a lot of planning and preparation, and it will take a lot of work, but at the end of it you won't even know it's there. So I'm going to build a hibernaculum, and hibernaculum, in case you didn't know, it's a place for animals and creatures and amphibians, toads, whoever, insects, whoever wants to use it, to come in the winter and tunnel down into a chamber. It's going to be a big chamber of corridors and passageways and tunnels and safe places for them to hibernate. And I'm preparing it now so that hopefully they can find it throughout the summer and they know where it is and they think, that's where I'm going this winter. So yes, I've done a lot of research and I'm ready to do it. I wanted to film this little section here, my intro, tonight, which is Friday night, because Richard's at golf tomorrow. I want this to be done by the time he comes back. I don't want him to come home and it's a big disarray everywhere and then I'll get into big trouble. So that's why as soon as he's gone to golf, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to start digging. So here are some of my supplies. You can see we have bags of, Lottie's checking out, bags of wood. And every time I've gone for a dog walk, haven't we, Lottie? Every time we've gone out, we've come back with more bits of wood. Here's a little clip of part of the collection process. Lottie and I are heading off to our bridle path, which is literally 1 minute walk from our front door. And it's a great space to walk the dogs, and of course it's used for horses as well. And this is where I actually found my flamingos. If you remember, found 2 flamingos, one day, one another day. And also the rocks, the beautiful colourful rocks from my pond. This is the top or one of the entrances. So we're going to collect things for today's project down here. So it's very beautiful. It goes on for a very long way. Ideal for peaceful dog walks. So I'm just picking up lots of bits like this and adding it to my bag. There's loads of things here. Lottie's thinking, why do we have to keep stopping? So of course you may well be wondering, where in this garden is the hibernaculum going? And well, ideally, look, she's at it again. Ideally, it should be near a pond. So I'm thinking I'm going to have 3 entrances. Lottie, what are you doing? We're going to have 3 entrances. We're going to have one probably around here, one somewhere here, and then I'll have an entrance somewhere around there as well. So it's going to go in this spot here. And once it's finished, we can put soil back on, so I will be able to plant on top. But in the meantime, for the digging, I can move temporarily the hardy geranium, the braided willow, get them out of the way. Obviously not moving this, the Victoria plum, which as you can see needs a very good haircut. So it's going in this section here, and this is about 1.5 meters deep, so nice, quite a nice big area for it. So I'm going to go in now, watch Gardener's World, which is my favourite thing for a Friday night, to live in the high life, watch a Gardener's World. But then I'll be out 7 o'clock in the morning, so see you in a moment. Right, it took me probably an hour, but the hole is dug. I cannot go any further down because I don't know if you can see there's rocks or something, brick, something or other. So that is as low as I'm going to be able to go. It's quite a big area. Okay, so that was the difficult bit, and this is the fun bit. This is the putting all the little tunnels and shelters and little cabins and things in. What I thought I could use is this. You can use things like roof tiles, you can use bricks and anything that isn't going to get crushed when you put the soil on top. Now I have got something to stop the soil falling down, which I'm going to do once I've filled all this in, because there will be soil on top and we don't want it going into the cavern, for want of a better word. So I just happen to have this, which is Lucy's little basket, my little darling Lucy. So I thought, oh, complete with the big spider. I thought if I turn this upside down, obviously it's got a ready-made entrance and it can fit nice and snugly here. So that's perfect. And then we need some entrances. So I have soil pipe, and the frogs or whoever can climb down very easily. In fact, it's a ready-made slide, but getting up might be a little more difficult. So if you put a couple of twigs in, they've got something to grip on, because this is going to be at an angle. So this is going to be kind of here, and then we'll just have at the very top, we'll have a little entrance hole will be sticking out, and then we'll have two more over here, entrances, and then I'm just going to fill in with lots of little bricks, all my twigs. I don't know how much I can fit in actually, but we'll give that a go. Just filling it all in, making lots of little pockets where animals can hide and insects. I'm going to put twigs and logs and things inside here as well. And then also I have these. These are just little plastic seed trays. So I think they'll be ideal. I can put them in there. I can put a little brick underneath just so there's an opening, if you see what I mean. So let's get on with filling it all with all the little fun things. This is the basic idea. Lots of little nooks and crannies, as you can see. Little hideaways with places that they can get in, such as here and down here. Now I'm just going to put lots of logs on the top, lots of twigs and things all over the top until it's kind of levelish. Just making sure that those little entrances are clear. This wood will rot down in maybe 10 or 15 years. I think that will do. Yeah, I think that will do. I've used most of the wood, so that's good. And I'm just looking down all the little entrances to make sure they're not blocked. And they're not. Whew. Those two are okay. And this one, yep, that's okay as well. So here's one last close-up, final look at what it looks like, because we unfortunately are never going to see it again, and we'll never know if any creatures use it unless we see something popping out the entrance. So let's get it covered over. So I thought I could use this, which is the cover for my cantilever umbrella, which I no longer have, and I will not have another cantilever umbrella. I did try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, but there was no interest. So I might as well use it for my project. It's waterproof as well, but you can use, some people put carpet on the top, old carpet, or you could put, some people put landscape fabric on. It's not so much to keep it dry exactly, because amphibians and things like that, they don't mind the damp, they quite like the damp. What it is to stop the soil from sinking through and crushing anything that might be inside. How dreadful would that be? So I thought, yeah, perfect, I'm just going to cover it with this, and I think that will be a brilliant idea. So let's do that now. And I was thinking that I could cut it to shape, but I don't think I'm even going to do that. I'm just going to lay it on, and it's going to be covered up with the dirt anyway. I can fold the edges in. It's about the right size. So I think that's worked out very well. Covers it very well actually. It doesn't matter if some bits of earth get along the edges, that's fine. Great. So now we can just put the soil back. I've got a plan as well for covering over these entrances just to stop them getting clogged up with any soil. So I'll do that in a minute when I've finished. Soil up a bit actually, just so that I can plant in it. I had intended to just have it looking flat, but that's not happened, but that's okay. And I might have to raise up those stepping stones a little bit. I'm going to do that just so it kind of matches in, and hopefully it will just be a sort of gradual gradient. It's now the next morning and I have finished phase 1. My camera actually got so hot that I couldn't film, but look, I've put these on. These are the same as the little bridge that I bought for the pond. So I've bought 3 of those, and you can see they are covering the entrances. There's another over there. I've had to mound the soil quite a bit. I don't know if that comes out on camera, but the soil is quite mounded. Here's the other entrance. And I've raised the stepping stones. I had to move the braided willow because when I did dig it out yesterday, I realised how deep the roots are, and of course willows can have deep roots. So I think it looks quite nice there. Now what I thought I could do for the plants, because this project so far has cost me nothing at all, apart from the cost of the 3 little bridges. But what I thought I could do for plants, these are a little overgrown. Shouldn't plant lamium, I've realised, in wall sconces because it gets too big and I keep cutting it down. So I'm going to use the plants from these 3, and we'll change these to summer containers. We've got lots of nice things in there, including weeds by the look of it, and this one here. They're looking very nice, but as I say, I shouldn't have planted lamium. It gets too big. It's not good for a basket. We've got some nice things, so we'll take it out. I don't know if I'll need 3 baskets worth, but while I'm doing it, oh, that was easier than I imagined. There we go. So I just prise them all apart. Got a nice Carex there, that's nice. And what else do we have? Yeah, lots of lamium. And I can get summer plants for these. We have a lovely heuchera. I think this was one of the ones that I took cuttings from. Oops, hold on. I took cuttings from it, and it's done very well. So a lovely heuchera. Oh, a little ivy. Ivy would be good actually around the edge because the slope is going down a bit. We probably need something to try and stop the water. So I think that would be quite nice. So we have those 4. Let's see what's in this one. Let's see if it comes out. Oh, look at that. That came out straight away. Another lovely heuchera. That's beautiful. Another little heuchera. It's one of my divisions. We've tidied it up a bit. And a little brunnera. Brunnera is like the shade. Another ivy, so that's good, that could go down there. A couple of ivies. And I'll put the soil and a weed. I'll put the soil on the mound as well. So, what do we have here? Another beautiful grass. Very nice grass. Another little heuchera. Another heuchera here. And we have more than enough. Oh, and an ivy. So I have more than enough plants to fill this spot. And if they survived in a little hanging basket, I'm sure they'll be all right in this area. The soil at the highest bit is probably about that deep, which is about, I don't know, 8 inches, 10 inches, and then it does slope. But I'll put the ivy down the bottom, and that will stop the rainwater coming off onto the patio. And I mean, ivy lives anywhere, doesn't it? You can't kill ivy. Don't think so. And the final reveal, except there's nothing to see. We will never know what's underneath. And unfortunately, we'll never know if it gets used. But I'm going to believe that it will. And it's there anyway. If anyone's interested. And the little tunnels. Tunnel number 1. I think it turned out lovely. It turned out better than I expected. It was easier than I imagined, and so many times you go to do these projects and you think, well, this is me I'm talking about, go to do these projects and think you know exactly what you're doing, and it's tougher than you thought. This one was actually worked out well. There's another little entrance. And another little entrance. One day you might see something popping out Who knows? I'm so delighted with how it all turned out, and the fact that it didn't cost me any money apart from these 3 little bridges, which were about £7 each from Amazon. Everything else I had, or I could easily source all the bits and pieces that I needed. And you can too. We will never know what lies beneath, will we? Unless we see something popping out of one of the entrances. But I'm going to assume that it is a hive of activity down there, especially in the winter, and everyone is having a wonderful hibernation time. I am going to edit this video, show it to Richard, because he has no idea. He went off in the morning, knew that I was doing a hibernaculum, reluctantly. He didn't want me to. He thought it was going to come back to a huge mess. So it took me 3 hours, actually, from start to finish. I started about 8:30 and finished about 11:20, tidied up and everything. And I've come out here this morning to do the planting. But yeah, I promised him there wouldn't be a mess and he wouldn't even know it's there, and I think that that's true. Thank you for watching. I hope it might have given you an idea. Maybe you might like to build a hibernaculum, and wildlife gardens are so important, you know this. They just are so important for all our little species, and a balanced ecosystem is what I'm trying to achieve in my garden. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jeanette, I'm the Enthusiastic Gardener. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.